This is my grandmother, Larianne Leatherwood. And today I'm going to be showing you like your family tree. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll get started. So first we're going to introduce the family. So this is your father, Curtis Jr. Leatherwood, correct?
Correct.
And then this is your grandparents, John Thomas Leatherwood and Nomi Gertrude Addison, right?
Yes.
Yes, I think that's a picture of them when they first got married, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
this is like a...
That's their 50th.
Oh, great. And then I've dug up a picture of the whole Leatherwood family in 1905.
Okay.
But we're specifically going to look at these group of people right here, and I'll tell you who they are in just a second. So this is Dora A. Kaysen and William Wesley Leatherwood, and that right there is your grandfather, John Thomas Leatherwood, as a baby.
Okay.
This is Joanna Somerville and Joseph Parker Rice Leatherwood. These are William Wesley's parents. You are related to a Civil War soldier. So we're going to start with right here your grandfather, John Thomas, and we're going to go to his father, who is your great-grandfather, and we're going to go down his mother's side, Joanna Drusilla, who is your great-great-grandmother.
Okay.
So we're going to follow the Somervilles until we get to this person right here.
Okay.
Who is John Wesley Somerville, also known as Robert.
Okay. That's his
That's a picture
Wow.
of him, yes.
Okay.
So let me tell you a little bit about him. He was born on June 13th, 1818 in South Carolina. He married Drusilla Davis in 1845 and had 8 or more children. And then he joined the military for the Civil War in 1861, which is right when it started. And he was 43 years old. His ranking was a private, and he died in 1863 of a fever in war when he was 46.
Okay.
And over here is his wife, Drusilla Davis.
Okay.
And you know the Civil War is about the North and the South for slavery, right?
Yes.
So this right here is a complied service record of a Confederate Civil War soldier who served in North Carolina, which means he served for the southern side. Now, I know this picture is a little blurry, but if we can faintly see right there the last name Somerville. And then there's also this right here. These are death records of volunteers of the Civil War. So we found his name right here, John Somerville, and it says he died in South Carolina of some kind of fever. If we look closely, it says fever, but we don't know what this part says.
Okay.
You're also related to a Revolutionary War soldier.
Okay.
Now again, we're going to start with your grandfather, John Thomas, and then we're going to go to his father, your great-grandfather, and then we're going to go down his father's side, so your great-great-grandfather. And we're going to follow the Leatherwoods until we get to Finetta Stroud, and then we're going to follow the Strouds until we get to Stroud. So that probably means they changed their last name at some point at that time from Strout to Stroud.
Okay.
Then, so we're going to follow them to the Hambright branch until we get to this fellow right here. And he is Lieutenant Colonel Frederick Christoph Hambright. Now, he was born in Germany in 1727, and he moved to Pennsylvania when he was 11 years old. He joined the Revolutionary War in 1777, so he was 50, which was pretty old to join the war at that time. And so then he had an important role in the Battle of Kings Mountain, and he was a military officer. He was known for his bravery on the battlefield, but he was severely wounded, which forced him from his position. So from then on after that, he spent the rest of his life with his family on his land, and he died when he was 90 in 1817, which is pretty good.
That's pretty old for then, yeah.
So let me tell you about the battle that he was in. So you know the Revolutionary War is about the Americans gaining independence from the British. So this was one of the minor battles that was in it. The British's goal was to gain the southern colonies. And in October 7th, 1780, the Americans and the British attacked at Kings Mountain, which is in North Carolina. And it was an embarrassing defeat for the British Army. But even though it was a minor battle, it was a great win for the Americans because they lost several wars before then. And it led up to the surrender of the British in Yorktown.
Okay.
Now we're going to continue. And so this house up here is his house in North Carolina, which burned in the late 1920s. And that was the house before the war. And then this is a plaque of Frederick Hambright, so if you want to read one of those out loud, then you can.
Colonel Frederick Hambright, 1727 to 1817, a prominent militia officer of the American Revolution. Lived his last 35 years in a house which stood 200 yards northeast Hambright, born in Germany, immigrated to the Americas as a boy and settled in North Carolina by 1750. He held several Tryon County offices from 1774 to 1776. Most notably, a brief term as a member of the North Carolina Provincial Congress in 1775. Wow.
So you're related to this man.
That's amazing.
Yes, he did. He was a very good man.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's good. It's good to know.
Oh yeah. And then so this is his house he had built after the war. So back then the government didn't have enough money to pay the soldiers money, so they paid him in land instead.
Okay.
So whenever he got his land, he had this 2-story house built for his family.
And that was considered a very luxurious house.
Yes, and this is in South Carolina. He moved to South Carolina a little later. You're related to one of the original 13 colony founders.
Oh, wow.
Now we're going to start with your great-grandfather, Joseph Parker Rice, and we're going to follow the Leatherwoods.
And that's on my grandmother's side? No, that's from my grandfather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the Leatherwoods. So we're going to follow all the Leatherwoods until we get to Jesse Calvert, which is Priscilla Paisley's father. And so the Calverts will follow them all the way. We'll follow the Calverts all the way until we get to Leonard Calvert to Sir George Calvert. Now, let me tell you a little more about him. Okay. So, Sir George Calvert, also known as Lord Baltimore, the first Baron of Baltimore, which was pretty, high in the social class. So, he was born in England in 1580, and then he became a member of Parliament and then secretary under King James I, who was king at that time. He wasn't really the best king. Later, he lost a lot of political power, which then made him step out of politics. But he gained interest in the American colonization, which was going on at that time. Then he created the colony of Maryland. But he died a month later in 1632, so the colony was left to his eldest son, but his second son was Leonard Calvert, who became the first governor of Maryland, who we are related to. Okay. And this one I think will be very interesting. You are related to some English royalty.
Oh my goodness.
Which is pretty interesting.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to start with Lady Anne Minn, who was Sir George Calvert's wife. Okay. So we're going to follow down her mother's side, which are the Ross, so Elizabeth Ross, and we're going to follow the Ross for a little bit. It goes on for a while. And this is a picture of Anne Minn, by the way. Oh, okay. So, reminder, this is Sir George Calvert's wife. Okay. So she was the mother of Maryland. Okay. So we're going to continue with the Ross until we get to Avera Mortimer. So we're going to go to her father and go to Philippia Plantagenet. And then we're going to go to King Edward III of England. Have you heard of him?
I have heard of him, yes.
Yes, so let you know, who he is. Okay, so this is him right here.
King Edward III of England. Wow.
Yes, so he was born in 1312 and became king when he was only 14 years old. But that was when after his mother Isabella of France and her lover Roger Mortimer, killed his father, Edward II. So when he was 17, he led a successful rebellion against Roger Mortimer and to gain back his throne. And so he then pursued to claim the French throne, claiming it was inheritance, which then sparked the 100-Year War. Then he died in 1377, and he was the longest reigning king in English history, which was for 50 years.
My goodness.
And he was known for his military success and won many battles against the Scots and French. And he even helped restore the kingdom after the bad ruling of his father. And he was the warrior king. That's what they called him.
Okay.
Yes. And
That's very interesting.
And so I found some more people that were more interesting. So these are some bonuses.
Okay.
So you are also related to many of these people. Now there are a few I would like to point out that seem most interesting. So I'll let you look at those for a second. So there's one that was really interesting. King Henry III, right there. So he designed and built Westminster Abbey, which is where Big Ben is at.
Yeah.
He designed and built that area when he was king. And then the second person I would like to look at is Alfred the Great of the Anglo-Saxons.
Okay.
So that's pretty old, 847, 899. That's pretty far back. He was known as the greatest king of England. And they also called him the founder of the English nation as well.
Wow.
Yes, he was like a
This is
Viking
unbelievable,
king.
yeah.
He was a Viking king and then later an English king of it. And yeah. And here's some more people. So we went from English. You're also related to some Scottish royalty and some French royalty. And there is one French ruler I would like to point out. It is King Louis IX, right here. So he led a crusade to Egypt to try to convert Muslims into Christians. He was a very devoted Christian, and he wanted to help people become Christians and like Christianity and stuff. So that was pretty great.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, Isabella, France, that was Edward III's mother. They called her the she-wolf because she was, even though she was very beautiful, she was pretty a ruthless queen.
Okay.
So what I found is that you're related to a lot of royals, noblemen, barons, and earls, and even knights. So a lot of pretty good people.
Oh, yeah. That's great. So how do you feel about that?
Oh, it's really interesting.
That is interesting.
Well,
you did a great
thank
job,
you.
honey.
Thank you for giving me some of your time to show you this.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, this is great information. I love it.
good.
I love it. Yeah.
Yes, that's good.